Yeah, hi there. These comments are for LA, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you completed integrated speaking practice test number 1, right? So let's hear what you have to say in this particular practice test.
The reading passage and the speaker give 2 examples of how advertising and TV commercials affect a person's life. According to the reading passage, because of having so many TV and radio advertising today, this is certainly influences people's behavior.
Now here's what you're not doing here. You're getting to a lot of the details from the reading and the listening passage, but you're not seeing the big picture. What is the big picture in the reading passage? What is the main idea? Advertising can have political effects. You're not pointing that out. The listening passage, advertising can have economic effects. You want to make sure when you present ideas, academic ideas like this, you present your topic and then you present the details underneath that. So let's hear.
However, the passage mentioned that.
Now, however, I don't think is the right word there, because if you use the word however, you're trying to show that the information in the lecture is different from the information in the reading, but it isn't really different. The lecture is adding to the information. It's like, in addition to advertising having political effects, advertising can also have economic effects. So we don't really have opposite ideas here. We have one passage adding to the other. So I think maybe in addition would have been a better transition word than the one you chose.
TV commercials and billboards can affect people to vote for or against a particular political candidate. The speaker gives the second effect of advertising, that advertising affects people economically.
Wait a minute, let me go back here, hold on.
Behavior. However, the passage mentioned that TV commercials and building today, this is certainly influences people's behavior. However, the passage mentioned that TV commercials and billboards can affect.
So I kind of made a little mistake there. When you use the word however, you didn't use it to introduce the new topic, but used however as a way of contrasting information in the reading passage. Still, I don't think that was the right choice of word for that particular part of your speech. Maybe in addition, or moreover, or furthermore, I think might have been better.
People to vote for or against a particular political candidate. The speaker gives the second effect of advertising, that advertising affects people economically.
Yes, that's exactly the purpose of the listening passage. So you're doing better in expressing the topic of the listening passage.
For example, the consumer who has been decided to buy a certain.
I think that's a grammar problem. The consumer who has been decided. Let's go back to that. Give me a second.
People economically. For example, the consumer who has been decided.
You got to say the consumer who has decided. You want to use what's called present perfect there. You don't need the present. You're trying to almost use passive, who has been decided. You don't need that been in there. The be verb is not needed. Simply use the present perfect.
To buy a certain brand of toothpaste because he has seen it advertised. In addition, this.
And when you use the word advertised,
speaker said because of having a good and bad advertising, the consumer should become more aware of how it works.
When you use the word aware.
In conclusion, the reading passage and the speaker discuss that advertising and TV commercials have political and economic effect on people's behavior.
It's pretty good. That's not. I like how you ended with your conclusion. Your conclusion kind of ties up all the ideas, right? Okay, now let's go on the internet. Excuse me. What we want to do now is to figure out your score. So I'll include the rubrics in the email. You can click on them yourself and learn more about them. Okay, so I'm going to put you in the 2 range here. From a delivery standpoint, you're getting there with your pronunciation. You speak fairly clearly. I can understand 90% of what you're saying, but you still want to make improvements, I think, with your pronunciation. So my recommendation is to continue to go through the pronunciation lessons. I think that's going to be very, very useful for you right now. Okay, now, language use, I think you had a few problems with your language use in the speech, as I pointed out. Topic development was strong, although I think in the beginning you could have stated more clearly the purpose of the reading and the listening. If you did something like this, the reading and the listening passage discuss the political and the economic effects of advertising. Then say, first of all, according to the reading passage, advertising can have political effects. And second of all, according to the listening passage, advertising can have economic effects. So I think you could have organized the first part of your speech a little bit better than what you did. Okay, still you're in pretty good shape. I'm going to put you right now, I'm going to put you at 2.50 out of 4. 19 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, this is going to put you at 85% on this practice test. All right, thank you.